Hello everyone, Father Pat here. We've just learned that it'll be necessary for us to suspend gathering to celebrate the Eucharist here in St. Mary's Church because of the coronavirus. And so we're cooperating with the authorities in that decision. But it strikes me as I find myself here inside St. Mary's Church, the people first gathered here many years ago. In 1890 is when people first gathered in this building. When they gathered here, they were facing the calamity, some of them of dealing with horrific memories of the Civil War. Even 25 years earlier, they had those memories. And then there were other days when people gathered in St. Mary's Church when there were calamities going on in the outside world. People gathered here in December of 1941. People gathered in November of 1963. People gathered in September of 2001 with all the calamity surrounding them. And now, here we are in 2020, and we find ourselves challenged by a calamity. A few days ago, I was here inside St. Mary's Church, just imagining all the others that had gathered in the past. And then I was also mindful of the reading that we heard on that third Sunday in Lent. Our Lord meeting that Samaritan woman at the well. She was thirsty. She came to get a drink, to satisfy her thirst. And then she has that conversation with our Lord, and he assures her that he has living water that he could give her. And if she's willing to drink of the water that Jesus offers, that she'll never be thirsty again. And her response to that invitation is, yes, give me that water. And he says, okay, go call your husband. What a curious response. Go call your husband. St. Augustine would say we have to go beneath the literal language and see the symbolism there. You want this living water that I have to give you to satisfy your thirst? Go call your husband. In other words, show me what you're attached to. What are your attachments? And as we all know, in these last number of days, trying to respond to this virus that surrounds us, we've had to let go of so many attachments. And yet the one who promised to satisfy that woman at the well so many years ago, he stands ready to satisfy us. And so, even though we can't gather here inside the walls of the church for a while, Jesus is still available to us in our prayer, in our devotions. And I will certainly remember you every day in my prayer. And I ask you to pray for those who are suffering because of this illness. And with God's grace, we will come to a place where we will know that those thirsts that we have are being satisfied. God bless you.